Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm Judy Tuttle from Tuttle Up Stamping, and I'm glad you're here with me today. I'm excited to show you my newest online class to go using the Joy to You Christmas set. And I know this doesn't look very wow, right? This might even have been something that you overlooked when you first went through the catalog. Is that backwards to you? It is backwards to me. Let's see if I can fix this for us, because that is going to be annoying for sure. Let me first make sure that I am, yep, it's backwards to you. Okay, let me go back to my little effects here. There we go. I thought I did that already. So there we go. Joy to You is the name of the stamp set. Now, for some reason today, Facebook has decided not to let me go horizontal, so you're going to have to see me vertical today. But you are going to love the cards that I made with this. And the nice thing about a set like this that just has some big, bold sentiments in it is that you could pair it with any DSP, an assortment of colors, and you're going to get wow cards. Okay, so this is the stamp set we're using today. See, when I go horizontal, when I go vertical, I can't fit everything in the screen. So lots of things to talk to you about today. First of all, I am so excited that I earned the trip to Mexico last week. Woo-hoo-hoo. I actually thought it was an impossibility, but thanks to all of you and thanks to my team, I earned it last Monday night, and I couldn't be more thrilled. Thank you so much. This year, with the move and sickness and an assortment of things that have gone on in my life, I didn't think it was going to happen, and you helped me see the hope and that it could happen, and so I'm so grateful for that. So thank you. I caught the Hail Mary pass. I took it into the end zone and score. So thank you guys. I'm so thankful for all of you. The second thing is that unfortunately my sweet mother-in-law passed away last week on Friday, and her funeral is going to be this Saturday. Friday night is the visitation, Saturday is the funeral. So my breast cancer fundraiser people, if you were planning on coming in person on Friday night, we're going to have to postpone that till the next Friday night. And if you were planning on coming on with me over Zoom on Saturday, I'm going to have to postpone that to the next Saturday as well. We will do the breast cancer cards together if that's what you want to do. And in person now, it will be, let me double check my calendar here. It'll be October the 13th instead of October the 6th. And if you're Zooming with me, that'll be October the 15th, Sunday, instead of October the 7th. I was able to raise $250 for the Susan G. Komen Foundation with your help. So thank you so much for supporting my breast cancer fundraiser efforts, and I'm excited to make that donation later today. I'm going to turn my camera down because I want to talk you through some things that are going on in the next week, and then I will get started stamping. So bear with me. And again, I'm sorry I'm vertical. Facebook was not letting me go horizontal today. So I don't know what the story with that is. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully you can see my my screen. Let me make sure. Yes. Okay. So starting this week, we have a 12 weeks of Christmas campaign. Me and some of my friends are joining forces. Every Friday, I will post a week of Christmas fun. Now, this might be a card. It might be a gift idea. It might be a gift card idea. It might be a decorative idea. But every Friday, through my email only, we will be giving you 12 straight weeks of Christmas ideas, okay? Now, the only way you can get the 12 weeks of Christmas ideas is if you're part of my email, okay? My email list. If you would like to be a part of my email list, I need you to PM me above your email address and say, I would like you to add me to your email list. You can also email me at judyltuttle@gmail.com and let me know you would like to be added. And later today, I'm going to post a link here on this page so that you know you can just click that link and you can add yourself. So whatever you prefer is fine with me. Okay. Next, we are having a joining special in October, and this is pretty fabulous. Stampin' Up! Is celebrating their 35 years of being a company. So you can either you have two choices. You can get $35% off the starter kit cost. Now, normally it costs $99, so I think that makes it $65, but maybe I need to do the math on that. So you can get $125 worth of stuff for 35% off $99. What is 35% off $99? I'm going to do the math right now. I've got my calculator right here. So $99 times 0.35 is $34.65 minus $99 equals $64.35. So I was pretty close when I said $65. So you can get $125 worth of stuff for $64.35 and just be a discount shopper, get your 20% off for being part of my team. Or you can get 35% more product, okay? So the normal amount of product is $125. If you get 35% more, I'm doing the math, you're getting $168.75 worth of product for $99. That is pretty amazing. So you can choose either one. If your funds are kind of short and you just want to pay $65 for $125 worth of stuff, go this route. If you want more product and you are willing to pay $99, you will get almost $169. It's okay, Judy. I do that all the time. I always comment on people's page in my Tuttle Up name, my Tuttle Up stamping name. And then I'm like, that's got to be really annoying. So I make those kinds of mistakes all the time. So consider joining a team. You get 25% off all of your product for as long as you want. So that is a great deal coming up in October, and I'd love to have you part of my team. The Festive Tags Kit class is coming next week, and I made the tags this week, and I want you to show you them. They are so, so pretty. There's a lot of gold and bling on them. Isn't that? Oh, I've got that turned around the wrong way. There we go. There's one of them. There's a beautiful poinsettia tag. There is also a fun wreath that says joy. You get 15 tags, so you make 3 of each of these. My favorite is the snowman. I have a weird love for snowmen, and I hate snow, so that's the funny thing. But I just think they're so whimsical and cute. So this one says, be merry. Here's another fun one for you, a little ornament. And you can see there's gold in the papers and also a little bling. And then there's one more, and it says sweet tree. I love this one as well. That says Noel on it. You can make these look however you want. This is just how the kit is made. I already have 10 people signed up for this class. It's a week from this Thursday, October the 12th. You can come at 10 a.m. or 6 p.m. and you can order as many kits as you want. Now, I will tell you right now, they're unorderable. So if I run out of kits, we're just going to have to go with what I have. The cost is $16 per kit. Let me know if you would like to be a part of that. If you're part of my email, my weekly email newsletter, you will get a direct link to sign up for this class. They are so cute, aren't they? Okay, so the next thing I have is I'm doing a Halloween sweets and treats class. You will make 5 treat holders. Now, these will not necessarily be the treat holders you make. I'm going to design, but they will be big and you will be able to hold a lot of treats. And I'm including the treats to put inside. How awesome is that? So you'll make 5 treat holders and get the treats for $30 or free with a $35 purchase on the night of the party. That one is, sorry, this clip is covering up the dates, isn't it? Here, let me move that down a little bit. That is October the 19th. It's a Thursday night, and this is super fun. We'll make some I've already started buying the treats and some little not sugary treats as well, some fun little gifty things. So that will be a fun class. And you can take this to go, or you can just get the PDF as well. So the way you get the link to this class is to be a part of my email list or to email me at judyltuttle@gmail.com. Okay, and then my mega card class of the month will be using this beautiful Oh Holy Night suite that is in the holiday catalog. This class will be Thursday, October 26th. We will make 8 cards. You'll also get some ribbons, some embellishments, a sampling of all the papers, and 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs, and the cost of that class is $40. So if you have any questions about any of those classes, let me know, and I can give you the links or give you some more information about those. Okay, so like I said, today we will be using the Joy to You stamp set. This stamp set is in the holiday catalog on page 21. Now, these are just sentiments, and they go from varying degrees of boldness as they go down, so it's kind of an ombre effect, right? And we will be using that stamp set. Now, I want to tell you what else we'll be using today. So if you're making a list because you would like to get this online card class to go for $35, we're also using the Shining Brightly specialty paper that is in the Oh Holy Night suite. Now, this paper is currently on back order till next week, but it'll be available soon. We'll be using the navy ribbon, and we'll be using the star embellishments. I think all of these things are currently on back order, but they will be coming back very soon, okay? Then we're also using this cute little tree die. It's a standalone die. It's called Tiny Christmas Trees. I'll show you how we're using that in just a moment. We're also using the Merry, Bold, and Bright Designer Series paper. I love the paper. I'm so in love with it. I keep buying it. And then last, we'll be using the Walk in the Forest Designer Series paper. And what I love about this paper that you can see right over here along the side is that Stampin' Up! Is giving $3 from every pack of this paper that's sold to underprivileged children who need food, okay? So by buying this paper pack called A Walk in the Forest, you're helping Stampin' Up! Give $3 to help underprivileged children. Okay, I love that about this company. They're so aware of the community and giving back and all of that. Okay, so how about we get started stamping? Who's ready for that? I am. It's a lot of blah, blah, blah at the beginning there, right? Okay, so our first card, this is what we're going to be using. And so if you get this card class to go, I'm going to tell you exactly what you're going to get. How pretty is this card? Sending good tidings in this season of cheer. We're using that paper, that Walk in the Forest paper. This is a slice of that. We're using pretty peacock cardstock. You've got a nice white base on the inside. And we're going to use the bow punch and some other elements on this. So I hope you enjoy. Let me make this card with you. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my pieces here. Okay, we are using, they're called the Blossom Iridescent Pearls. Blossom Iridescent Pearls. Blooming, maybe bloomy iridescent pearls. They're in the new catalog. I'm going to click on this so I can see your comments over to the side. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Judy, for commenting. If you're watching me, feel free to make a comment in the side, and then I know you're here, and you can talk me through what I'm doing. Okay, so I have a piece of cardstock that's 5.5 by 7.5. So usually it's 8.5. I've cut an inch off right there, and it's still scored right here at 4.25. So when I fold this in half, we get a smaller panel on the front and the larger panel underneath. Okay. Hi, Renee. Thanks for coming. The first thing I'm going to do is I have a piece of that Walk in the Forest, and this is my favorite one. It has the pretty peacock in the background. It has boughs that are old olive and garden green, and these beautiful berries that are cherry cobbler. I am going to take this panel and add it right here to the right side. Yes, I have to, since I have to stamp upside down. I think I'm going to call Facebook and ask them how I can fix all these issues I'm having. It's like I did the same thing for years, and now all of a sudden, everything is... So I'm going to try to keep this centered as well as I can for you guys. I'm just going to add that strip right there. Now, this panel is going to go right here on the end. Isn't that pretty? I love having that little strip of DSP there on the right side. And I'm going to add this to the inside of my card base right here. That's a little crooked. Another one of the problems with stamping upside down. Okay, so let me try this one more time. Get it super straight here. There we go. You have a moment when you use Seal Plus that you can pull it up, but you better take that moment if you need it, because otherwise it is hard to, there we go. So this is embossed. This is a piece that is 2.5 by 5.25. And I'm going to add it to this front panel right here. And I don't like to add seal to an embossed piece. I know you guys have heard me say that before. So I'm just going to add some seal here to this front panel. And then I'm just going to attach. This is the Merry Melody embossing folder. So it's musical notes on there. Musical notes always kind of have a festive feel to them. All right. And then I have cut an octagon label from the Country Inn dies, and I'm going to take my stamp that says sending good tidings in this season of cheer, and I am going to ink it up using my cherry cobbler ink pad. Okay, so right now Buster is next to me, and he is being very good. But you know, he's an old dog. He coughs a lot. And if he wakes up and starts coughing, I'm going to have to move him to another room. Oh, look how beautiful that turned out. Okay, if I say so myself. All right, so now I'm going to take this panel. How pretty is that? And I'm going to add it right here to the front of my card. But I got to make sure I don't put dimensionals underneath on this side right here, because I don't want it to attach to the inside of my card. Okay, so I'm going to grab some dimensionals. And 1, 2, 3. Thanks for all the love, you guys. I love when people give me hearts if they like what I'm doing. It just gives me a lot of confidence, so thank you for that. Here, I'm going to add another one right there. And I better close this cherry cobbler ink pad right now before I make a mess. So sometimes I like very traditional colors in my cards, and sometimes I like very fun, festive colors. So we're going to do a little bit of both. So I'm adding this panel right there to the front, and you can see it still opens up. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I have some cherry cobbler paper, and I have some garden green paper here, and I'm going to grab my bow punch, and I'm going to start punching some bows. So Renee, I know you have been waiting and waiting for this punch to come back in stock. It's supposed to be back in stock this week, I believe. But before you order it, I want you to talk to me about something. So let's do that. All right. So I'm cutting 3 of these bows. I've punched 3 of the bows in garden green right there. And then I'm going to take my cherry cobbler. Now you can see I've already punched 3. I'm going to punch 3 more. 1. And maybe I'm punching too many. I think I punched 1 too many of my green, but that's okay. I'll just save it for the next time I make this card because I love this card. There's 2, and I'm going to do 1 more. There we go, 3. All right. So what I decided to do with these guys is I'm just tucking them onto the side of my card, right like that. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue behind these bows. Okay, tuck this one right there. Isn't that pretty? And the next one right below it. So my mother-in-law was a sweet, sweet woman, one of a kind, servant, just took care of people. If she knew somebody needed something, she helped take care of it. She taught me a lot about caring for people. One of our funny stories is, you know, she has suffered from Alzheimer's for about 3 years, and it was Christmas Eve at 11 o'clock at night, about 1.5 years ago, might be 2 years this Christmas. And she said, I need someone to take me to my Bible study at the old folks home. Now, keep in mind, she was probably, 89 years old at this time. And she wanted someone to give her a ride the next day, which would have been New Year's Day. To the old folks' home so she could do her weekly Bible study with the ladies there. And we were like, Maureen, no one's going to come to a Bible study on New Year's Day. And she just insisted. She was like, I've got to be there. I've got to be there. And this is, you know, she didn't remember much of anything, but she just felt like she needed to be there. Okay, I'll finish that story in just a second. So then I'm taking this piece right here, and this is a piece of that same paper, but it's garden green. It's got some little trees on it there, and I'm actually going to just adhere it right here to the bottom of this panel. And let me see how far out I went like this. I went a little more this side like that. Okay, and then I have cut, this is 3/4 of an inch by, let me see, 3 inches. 3 inches along, 3/4 of an inch wide. And then I have a 1/2 inch piece of gold foil, and I have banner cut the end, and I'm going to attach that right on top. But I want to pop this up under here. This end needs to be popped up. So I'm going to grab, anyway, thank you, Jeannie. I love it too. I have used it a couple of times now, and it always turns out so pretty. Always turns out. Anyway, so my mother-in-law just insisted someone take her, and we were all like, oh, okay. And we were like, no one's going to come, blah, blah, blah. She shows up. My brother-in-law, Les, takes her. She shows up, and there's 6 ladies waiting for her in the room where they have the Bible study. So we always laugh about that because we thought no one would be there. Come on, Maureen, no one's going to show up. And sure enough, they were there. Okay, so now I'm using these blooming pearls. And you guys, this is part of the Garden Walk suite. And let me tell you, these pearls are stunning. They are very pretty. And really, I could have used these peacock or this other green over here. I think that's also good, but I'm going to use the gold. And I'm just going to pop them up. So that was her heart. She even to her last possible day she could function as a normal, beautiful woman. She was serving others up until the very end. So that is my tribute to my mother-in-law, and we are going to miss her a lot. So I've just popped on some of those gold blooms there. And look, you open it up and you can write inside here. So isn't that pretty? I love that card. Okay, so that is card number 1. Let's move on. If you love that, you can give me some love, give me some hearts and likes, and let me know how you feel about that card. Okay, so that's card number 1. So now card number 2 is a little more whimsical. It's fun. Let me see if I can find my pieces here. Here we go. So isn't this fun? May your Christmas be merry and bright. Isn't that fun? And I'm using that Christmas dies die. And I'm going to cut it out and I'm going to put some dazzling paper behind it. And this is just a totally different look than the last one. Hi, Roz. Thanks for joining me. So that's what I love about these bold sentiment stamp sets is you can use them with so many things, okay? So I'm going to put that aside. I have a piece of, Jeannie, it's your favorite color. Suddenly the name has escaped me. Oh, Blueberry Bushel. This is Blueberry Bushel cardstock, just cut 5.5 by 8.5, scored down the middle at 4 1/4. Let me put some of my stuff away here. Okay, so I am going to take a piece of garden green and I am going to cut it out with the tree die. This is what the tree die looks like. It cuts out little bitty trees. And I'm going to just lay that right on top like that. Go right next to me here to my big shot. I should say my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Stampin' Up changed the name when they started making their own. And I'm going to cut it out. And I'm going to show you what it leaves behind because it could be a cute project on its own. Okay, so here's my plate. And what it leaves behind is, let me lift this up. See how it cuts those tiny little trees out of there? And when you pull this up, stay behind. Now, wouldn't it be fun to use all these trees for a confetti inside a shaker card? I'm thinking so. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull these up. Cute, huh? And I'm going to keep those. I have a little jar over here that I'm keeping these in. For when I want to use them as confetti sometime soon. Okay? All right. Put those right there. All right. And then I have already cut out a piece of that dazzling paper. It is actually in the annual catalog. And look at how dazzling. Do you remember a couple years ago when they had this as a celebration item and everybody was crazy over it? So now it's still available. It's just in the annual catalog and it's a 6x6 paper pack, super fun. And I am going to take this garden green trees. Look at that. So that's so fun because look how those trees just pop with glimmer right through that garden green dye there. Okay, so I have found that when you are adhering something to this really dazzling paper, it's important to use liquid glue. It just adheres better. Little strips there. I'm going to put little glue between each of these trees at the top, so I make sure I get a really good adhesion there, and then same thing here at the bottom. And a dot there and there, and I'm going to adhere that right here to the front of that dazzling paper, and then those little sparkly trees will just show right through. Super fun. So I'm going to attach this now to the front of that blueberry bushel card base, okay? And this time I'm going to use seal on the back of this and center it really well. And there we go. I'm just going to set that aside right there for a moment while I work on the other things. This is a super quick card to put together. I cut a piece of that Merry and Bright, and I just love these polka dots. So the fun thing about this says fa la la on the back side. This paper is super cute for a lot of occasions, and birthdays especially. I did make some of the Christmas bulb cards using this paper for my Merry, Bold, and Bright class from last week. But this is cut 4 inches by 2 inches. And what I decided to do, this was a very out-of-the-box thing for me. But we have a new punch called the Hexagon Punch, and it has a stamp set that coordinates with it called Hexagon Happiness. And I decided, you know, when we had that tailored tag punch, we often used it to make a banner on the corner, but then they discontinued that one. And I decided, well, I could probably do the same with this one as well. I'm just going to slide it in there, punch, and it's going to create a similar banner on the end. It's just going to be a little more curvy, which, you know, honestly, to be honest, I kind of like. So I'm going to attach this to my card front. Right there. Isn't that cute? Very whimsical, huh? And then I have a piece of that iridescent ribbon, iridescent white ribbon, and I'm just going to fold it in half like this. I'm going to cut my ends. I know, right? I know. It's so funny how you don't see things sometimes in the catalog until you see demonstrators use them, and then you're like, oh, yes. But I don't know, honestly. I don't know if I've seen any demonstrator use this die yet, but I so love it. And I think in the catalog they show using that melon mamba and green foil paper behind it, which is a really cute idea as well. So, okay, so I'm going to just fold that in half. I've just kind of diagonal cut the ends of there. And I'm going to lay this on so that those ends kind of end up right in the middle of where that banner is right there. Okay, just like that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I have a piece of basic white, and this is cut 2 3/4 by 2, but I think I purposely cut it a little bit wider because it was going to be hard to fit the whole saying in. It was going to be a tight fit, and I decided I'd rather cut a little bit off than try to fit it in and not be able to make it work there. Okay, so I am going to take this. I'm going to have my head in the screen here just a second. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to stamp that on in Blueberry Bushel Woo! There we go. It's good when that turns out. All right. And then I think I'm going to get my paper cutter here and just slice a tiny bit off this width right here. There we go. May your Christmas be merry and bright. And now I'm going to pop this up right here on my card right there using dimensionals, okay? So I did a mystery stamping last week, and I told you guys that if someone would post what they made with the mystery stamping, I would give away a bundle this week. And nobody posted anything. Nobody sent me their card. So that bundle's going to stay mine until the next time we do mystery stamping. So take me seriously on that, because I really am going to give away a bundle the next time I do mystery stamping if you participate with me. Okay, so now I have these. They're called iridescent adhesive back discs. This is part of the Merry Bold and Bright suite, and I am going to just take these all different colors and just randomly, can you see this? I hope you can. Okay, randomly attach these all over like confetti to the front of my card. Maybe one right there. Trying to see where all I put them here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I always do things in odd numbers, so I'm going to take another one here and kind of go up here like that. Okay, so that is card number 2. What do you guys think of that one? Isn't it so easy and so fun? And honestly, I think anybody would love to get this card in the mail, right? Super fun. I would add a white panel to the inside that would be included in your kit, and maybe even a strip of this beautiful Merry Bold and Bright paper on the inside to give it a little bling. Okay, so that is card number 2. And now we're going to move to what is my favorite. Wait till you see this one. Card number 3 is using that Oh Holy Night. I'm just going to set that right there while I get things all organized here. It's a beautiful card, and that is what I love about this Oh Holy Night suite, is that they just make it so easy to make beautiful cards with it. They don't have to be detailed and crazy, right? The paper does all the work on this. Look at this. Isn't that lovely? And then on the inside, I just put a strip of that Shining Brightly paper at the bottom. I love, love, love the navy and the gold together. Okay, so let's do this. I started with a card base that is, whoop, and the only colors they mentioned for this paper are Night of Navy and Very Vanilla. So that's exactly what I'm using. Starting with a card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored down the middle at 4 1/4. I'm going to fold it in half and do landscape. This is going to be a landscape card. All right. Then I cut another panel of Night of Navy that is 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to take my textured tile embossing folder, and I am going to run it through to give some texture to this panel right here. I'm going to grab my plate number 1. I'm going to put the embossing folder down, and I'm going to put my dark gray plate on top. I'm going to come to my Big Shot and run Big Shot Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and roll that through. Okay. This is going to give the background of this card just a beautiful, subtle texture that's not going to overwhelm the front of the card. So here we go. Isn't that so, so pretty? The embossing on that. I just love the embossing on that. Okay, so I'm going to attach that here to the front of my card base. I'm going to use some liquid glue on this one. Okay, you get my corners really good. I hate when corners pop up. Do you guys? Okay, so it was a good football weekend for our family. The Aggies won. That's my college team. I'm going to move that over. See, that's the nice thing about liquid glue. It gives you a little time to like change your mind and pick it up and get it perfect. Okay, there we go. That is my card base. So that just adds a little texture to the background there. The Aggies won. My husband and son's team is the Dallas Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys won. And my son-in-law and daughter love Kansas City Chiefs, and they won as well. So everyone was happy. That doesn't happen very often. Okay, so I have a piece of gold foil that I've cut 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then I cut my Shine So Brightly designer series paper. Isn't that so pretty? That night of navy against that gold. This is the leafy pattern. There's also a star pattern in there, and there's also some vanilla that has gold in it as well. Okay, so I'm going to attach these on top of each other. I love when I can cut my DSP panels 3 by 4 because it allows me to get 12 panels out of one piece of designer series paper. And so I do that often when I'm doing swaps, and I'm trying to be careful about how much designer series paper I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to add some Seal Plus to the back of this DSP. I'm going to attach that right here to that gold base. So I just have a little gold frame around that. And I'm going to grab my Night of Navy gold glittered ribbon. It'll be back soon. It is currently on back order, but that's because it is so beautiful. Look at this ribbon. Oh my gosh. I never, I love the white glittered ribbon as well, and this navy is just stunning. So I'm going to have to turn this around. I'm sorry. You're going to have to watch me tie my bow upside down because I'm pretty good at tying bows, but not upside down. I haven't learned that skill yet. So, okay, so I'm going to tie me a bow here on the left side of this panel. I'm going to shoot, that's a Judy word. That just means turn and tweak my bow so that the glitter side is showing up. Okay, there we go. I'm going to pull this a little tighter here and here. Probably should have cut that just a little bit longer, but I think it's going to work just fine. All right. Tie this a little. Pull that down a little. There we go. So there is my Night of Navy gold bow. Let me grab my scissors and kind of cut this tail off a little bit there. Okay. Now I'm going to attach this flat to my card front right there. Okay. And I think, I don't remember what glue I used, but I think I'm going to use Seal Plus this time. I'm going to pull that up. Sometimes I like to pull my ribbon into the center, and it just takes out that little bit of, what I want to say, looseness. Kind of chintzes it up a little bit. There we go. And now this is going to go right here on the front of my card base like that. It's already stunning, isn't it? There we go. Okay, so now I cut using the radiating stitched dies. This is an online exclusive. I'll show them to you. And if you haven't gotten these yet, they've sold out twice. They are currently available, but these stitched edge rectangles just make really great borders. You get a heart, you get 2 different circles. They're super fun. I find that I use them often. Okay, so this is going to go right here, but before I put that on there, I am going to stamp Peace and Joy to You and Yours, and I'm going to stamp it in Night of Navy ink. Here we go. I've had to re-ink a lot of my ink pads recently, and I'm thinking it's because I haven't done a good job at doing that, and they're all kind of getting dry all at once here. So let's see if I can do this without... Beautiful, look at that. Kind of struggled with that, I'm going to be honest, because my ink pad was dry and it just wasn't picking up that ink very well. Okay, so this is going to go right here on the side, kind of offset from that original rectangle. So again, I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I hope you guys think this is as beautiful as I do, because I think it's stunning. And I think it's the paper and the ribbon, right? Just do a great job of showcasing this card. Okay, so let me pull my wax paper off the top here. So who's your favorite team out there? I know Jeannie's used to be the Patriots, but now that Tom Brady isn't there, they're not winning, so everybody's left them. I kind of feel sorry for them. But they did not play good yesterday at all. It was kind of sad. But my husband was in cloud nine because he loves the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, so there we go. Now there's only 2 things left to do here, and we will be done. So pretty. Okay, I cut a panel of Very Vanilla for the inside. I'm going to add a strip of that Shining Brightly DSP to the bottom edge here. This paper is so pretty. Oh my gosh. I know why it keeps selling out, because it's gorgeous. I'm going to add this panel to the inside of my card. Oop. Right there. So pretty. And the last thing is that I'm going to add the stars. So these stars are called adhesive backed star trinkets. They're part of that Oh Holy Night suite. And I took a large star and I attached it right here in this corner. I took a small star and attached it in this corner. I don't like where that ended up there. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. This one is being finicky on me. There we go. I want it right there. And then I'm going to take another small star and add it right here underneath. There we go. Okay. So that is card number 3. Do you guys love that? I love it. So I hope you love it as much as I do. Can you see it? I'm going to hold it up there a little in the inside. So I'm going to re-show you our 3 cards that we made today. We made Peace and Joy to You and Yours using the Oh Holy Night suite. We did May Your Christmas Be Merry and Bright using the Merry, Bold, and Bright suite, right? And then we used Sending Good Tidings in the Season of Cheer using the Walk in the Forest charity paper that Stampin' Up! Is using. So it's so fun, so fun. Okay, so I'm going to pull the camera up. Let's see here if I can make this work. Thank you all so much for joining me again this Monday. I am sure I'll be back next Monday. Thank you for being patient with me through my mother-in-law's passing, and we will make sure that I get that breast cancer fundraiser class rescheduled for all of you. So if you bought a breast cancer fundraiser kit, please be looking for an email from me, and we will talk about how we can make up that class with you. So God bless everybody. Thank you for joining me, and we will see you next Monday right here on Tuttle Up Stamping. Bye-bye.